We're going to read How to Wake a Pig. In the next story, you'll read about a pig who won't get out of a watermelon patch. A small hero finally gets the pig to move. There's some words that we need to know. Morning, found, shout, by, out, show, climb, go, home, woke, nose, hole, huge, use, tune, went, lift. The Sleeping Pig, written by Carmen Tafela and Jan Saley. As you read, stop and think about what each animal does to wake Mrs. Pig. One morning, Selena found a huge pig sleeping in the watermelon patch. Selena began to shout, "Go home, Mrs. Pig. I wish you would go. You can't rest here in the watermelon patch. I can't pick my watermelons." But huge Mrs. Pig didn't wake up. A coyote came by and said, "Let me show you how to get Mrs. Pig out of the patch." The coyote began to howl and howl, but huge Mrs. Pig did not wake up. A mule came by and said, "I can make Mrs. Pig climb out of the patch." The mule began to push and push, but huge Mrs. Pig went on sleeping. A rabbit came by and said, "I will get Mrs. Pig out of the patch for you." The rabbit began to hop and hop, but huge Mrs. Pig went on sleeping. A snake came by and said, "I will use my tail to lift Mrs. Pig out of the patch." The snake began to pull and pull, but huge Mrs. Pig wouldn't wake up. Then a cricket came by and said, "I know I am small and Mrs. Pig is huge, but just look at what I can do." The cricket began to sing a tune. Chirr, 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 dee, dee, dee. Mrs. Pig woke up fast, fast. "Yes, it's time to go home," she said with her nose up. "A watermelon patch does not make a good bed." And she left, sulking. Selena thanked the small cricket, then ate a whole watermelon to celebrate.